Man, I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know what to think anymore. This is crazy. This is crazy. So, if you haven't been keeping up with the story, as the days have gone by, more and more positive tests have been coming out for the Ravens, and they're still trying to figure that game out. The Ravens Steelers game got scheduled for tomorrow night at 8, and once again, they have pushed that game back to Wednesday. So, I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if this game's going to be played or not. Like, at this point, they're running out of days. They are running out of days. They do not want to push this to week 18, but they are running out of days. This situation has not gotten better. More tests continue to come out. And at this point, I don't know. I don't know what the league about to do. But this game has been postponed to Wednesday. I don't know when. They'll probably come out with the details later on. But yeah, the game will not happen tomorrow. It will happen Wednesday, assuming they don't postpone it again. And at this point, everyone continues to ask, why don't they just forfeit the game? And people got to understand, if you forfeit the game, then none of the players get paid, which means the Steelers are going to be pissed off. You want the Steelers players, after everything that's happened, do the Steelers players really not want to get paid? That's the main issue. Everyone keeps saying, why don't they forfeit? Why don't they forfeit? Why don't they forfeit? Well, because if they forfeit, then both the Ravens and the Steelers players don't get paid. And neither one of them wants that to happen. At the same time, if they cancel this game, the NFL is going to have to go through this whole situation, and it's just going to get messy. The last resort for them is forcing a Week 18 to happen. Because once they force the Week 18 to happen, 8 playoff spots will now be available instead of 7. And nobody wants to add that extra playoff spot. Because once you add that, man, it's just a wrap. It's a wrap. Because at that point, you're going to have 16 teams in the postseason this year. And that basically means the number 1 seed doesn't matter. Because nobody's going to have a bye week. And if that happens, Pittsburgh, who's been working hard this entire season to get the number 1 seed, it'll be all for naught. Because you won't have a bye week. So this situation continues to get more and more difficult. It continues to get more and more confusing. And honestly, I don't know what to think anymore, man. I'm so confused with this damn situation. The NFL does not know what to do at this point. More positive tests continue to come out. Situation is just getting grim at this point. What is the league going to do about this game? What can they do at this point about this game? I mean, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Hi, Vay. But, yeah, so many people got added to the list. A couple people actually came off the list. I haven't checked the names per se, but I know a couple people actually came off the reserve list. But for the most part, there's still a lot of people that are on the list. You know, you guys got guys like Mark Andrews who got added, and then Judon who also got added. Just so many names are on this list that at this point, you've got more people on that list than people on our practice squad. If there is any positivity here, you know, Des Bryant was signed to the 53-man practice squad, so that's cool. But other than that, nah. This is an issue. And I know everyone continues to complain about why this game continues to get pushed back and why the league is just apparently pandering to the Ravens, but they're not completely understanding the situation. Now people are bringing up the Broncos situation. That was one person that got tested positive, and the other quarterbacks got put on that list because they were close contacts. This is completely different from an entire outbreak. The main focus isn't about the amount of people that's there. The reason they don't want to play this game is because new tests are coming out. And they're afraid if they play this game, the players who haven't been tested positive, that may come up test positive, they could spread this to the Steelers locker room. And I'm telling you, if that happens, Steelers players would never let anybody hear the end of it. Because now, if more and more players come on that list for them, they'll be like the Ravens players gave our guys COVID. The NFL is trying to avoid that. They don't want to deal with this spreading. They want a whole day, maybe a day or 2, but at least 24 hours without a single positive test coming from the Ravens organization. That's all they want. That's the situation. And people aren't understanding that. It's just every day a new positive test is coming out. That's the main problem. It's not about the amount of people. It's not about, oh, this guy's on here. Well, Lamar Jackson tests positive, so they're pushing it back to give him a chance. That's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop the risk of the Steelers getting any COVID from the Ravens because more and more positive tests continue to come out. If this was a whole about, oh, you put 15 people there. If 15 people were on there and there was just no more negative tests for like the next 2 to 3 days, oh, this game would have been played. This game would have definitely been played. But that's not the issue. More tests continue to come out every day. And because more tests continue to come out every day, the NFL is trying to be careful with this. I don't know why people are not understanding that. They're trying to use all these different situations where either one player got it or a few players got it, but there was no more negative tests. This is a complete outbreak. And yes, it may look like they're pandering to the Ravens, but if you really look at the situation, the NFL is trying to cover themselves. They don't want this to spread because if this goes to Pittsburgh, now you got it spreading to other teams. And once you've got 2 teams dealing with the situation and an outbreak, now, multiple games are going to have to be canceled, and this is just going to get, well, not canceled, but just pushed back, and it's going to get to a point where the NFL is going to be lost as to what they can do. They're trying to stop this situation from this one team. You got one team having an outbreak. If they can stop this outbreak from happening, if they can slow this down, hopefully it doesn't spread to another team. And everyone trying to say, well, they're not going to be, they're going to be punished, okay? The Ravens are most likely going to get fined. They're most likely going to lose draft picks. They will be punished for this. But with all this complaining from all these fans that are not understanding the situation, they want them to forfeit. They want the Ravens to forfeit, but they're not realizing that the Steelers players will not get paid if they forfeit. They want this game to be canceled, but they don't understand the ramifications as to what canceling the game is going to actually do to the NFL and how they're going to have to scramble to figure out the situation. You don't understand the whole situation. Ah, man. With that being said, this game for now will be moved to Wednesday. Nobody knows if that's going to hold up for long. If these tests keep coming out positive for Baltimore and another player gets added, at this point, they don't know what they're going to do. But it is what it is, man. This is it's getting bad. It's really getting bad. I mean, Baltimore couldn't be any lower right now. It's getting bad in that everybody's getting it, man. Everybody's getting it. It's getting real terrible there. But they got to figure out a way to stop this entire outbreak because if this spreads to another team, it may be game over for the NFL. Who knows what's going to happen? With that being said, game's been moved to Wednesday. We'll see if that holds up. We'll figure out what's going on tomorrow. If any more positive tests come out, they'll probably have to move the game as well. That's all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.